Okay, we have already discussed the first 34 questions. Let's look at question number 35 now. Let's go to question number 35 directly. Take some time. Just wait. Okay. The question is about three people, Sherlock, John, and Mary. They start simultaneously from Berkshire to the Kent. So we draw it like this. This is B. This is K. Sherlock reaches Kent first, turns back and meets John 9 miles from Kent. When John reaches Kent, he also turns back and meets Mary 7 miles from Kent. It's given that 3 times the speed of Sherlock is equal to 5 times the speed of Mary. So can we say speed of Sherlock and Mary would be 5 is to 3? So who's the faster runner among them? Sherlock. Let's assume that this total distance is d. And I'm going to compare Sherlock and John. Sherlock reaches Kent first, turns back and meets 9 miles from the Kent. So the meeting point would be this one. This is 9 miles. So by the time Sherlock covers this d plus 9, d, then he'll take a U-turn, he'll cover 9 more. By the time Sherlock covers d plus 9, John will cover only this d minus 9. Because first time they'll meet at this point. This is point A. So by the time John covers d minus 9, Sherlock will cover this complete d and 9. So the ratio of the distances traveled will become d plus 9 by d minus 9. This is the ratio of the speeds of Sherlock and John. What's the next condition? When John reaches Kent, he also turns back and meets Mary 7 miles from the Kent. So by the time John covers his d, he'll turn back, he'll cover 7 more. Let's say this is point C. So by the time John covers his d plus 7, Mary will cover only d minus 7. This is d minus 7. So the ratio of the distances traveled by them will be John will cover d plus 7 while Mary will cover d minus 7. This is the ratio of the speed of John and Mary. And what is known to me the ratio of the speed of Sherlock and Mary? So let's multiply these two equations. When you multiply these two equations, the j will be cancelled out and you will get what? S by m. And how do we write it? D plus 9 by d minus 9 into d plus 7 by d minus 7. This can be replaced by what? 5 by 3. So it becomes 5 by 3 is equal to d plus 9 into d plus 7 divided by d minus 9 into d minus 7. When you solve it, you will get two values of d. First would be 63 and the other one would be 1. He's asking what could be the distance between the points Berkshire and Kent. It cannot be equal to 1 because this is definitely more than what? 9 and 7. So the correct answer would be what? 63. Okay, let's move on to the next one. 3 cars leave A for B in equal time intervals. They leave A for B in equal time intervals. Let's say that time interval is T. That means first car will leave, after T hours the second car will leave, and after T more hours the third car will leave. They reach B simultaneously. That means the speed of the last car would be the highest one. This is A, this is B. And then leave for C, which is 240 kilometers away from point B. So which car will reach here first? Third one, because the speed of third one is the highest one. Okay, let's say this distance is D. So the first car, let's say speed of first car is A, second is B, third is C. First car will cover this D kilometers in how much time? D by second will cover in D by B. And I know that second car left after how many hours? T hours. Yes or no? So can we write this equation in this way? They reach simultaneously here. So if the first car takes t hours, x hours, the second car will take x minus t because second car started t hours later the first car. This should be the correct equation. Similarly, when you compare the second car and third car, the third car left after t hours of second car. So time taken by second car d by b, time taken by third car is d by c, and the difference between the timing should be t. When you divide these two equations, this t will be cancelled out and this d will also be cancelled out. After simplification, what you will get? 1 by a plus 1 by c is equal to 2 by b. Fine. This was the first part of a question. Read the second part. The third car, having reached C, immediately turns back and heads towards B. So third car will cover these 240, then turns back and will cover how much more? 80 kilometer more. So can I say by the time third car will cover this 240 plus 80, 240 plus 80, that is how much? 320. The second car will cover only the remaining distance. This is how much? 160. So the ratio of their distances will become 320 by 160 for third car and which car? The third car having reached C immediately turns back and head towards B. The first and the third car meets at a point that is 80 kilometer. So this is first car. So C by A becomes 2 is to 1. So C can be replaced by what? 2A. Yes or no? So I have a relationship between A and C. So let's try to establish a relationship between C and B or A and B also. Now look at this one. The first car arrives at C an hour after the second car. So the time taken by first car to cover this 240 kilometer would be 240 by A. The time taken by second car would be 240 by B. And I know that second car took 1 hour less than the first car. So can we write it like this? Yes or no? So it becomes 240 by A minus 240 by B is equal to 1. Can we solve this equation? Can we replace one of the values here? 240 goes on that side. This becomes 1 by A, 1 by B is equal to 1 by 240. And what else is known to me? This one. C is equal to 2A. So when you put C equal to 2A, what will you get? When you replace this C by 2A, you will get 1 by A plus 1 by 2A is equal to 2 by B. So effectively this becomes 3 by 2A. 3 by 2A is equal to 2 by B. That means A by B is equal to 3 by 4. Now A by B is equal to 3 by 4 and C by A is equal to 1 by 2. So what should be the value of A is to B is to C? It should be 3, 4 and 6. So I can say that the ratio of their speeds will become 3, 4 and 6. So let's take their speeds equal to 3x, 4x and 6x. And I'll use this equation now to get the value of x. So 240 by A, what is A? 3x. 240 by B, what is B here? 4x is equal to 1. So when you solve this equation, you get x equal to how much? 20. And the question is about what? What is the difference between the speed of first and third car? 3x and 6x. What is the difference? 3x. And x is how much? 20. So 3 into 20 becomes 60 kilometers per hour. So the answer becomes first option. Okay, let's look at the next question now. It's about what? A military convoy 10 kilometer long had to drive a distance of 24 kilometer. That is, each member of the convoy travels exactly 24 kilometer. A policeman started on a motorcycle at the back of the convoy. As it started, rode to the front of the convoy and returned to the back of the convoy just as the convoy ground to halt. Assume that the convoy speed and the motorcycle speed were constant. Find the total distance the motorcyclist rode. This is 10 kilometer convoy. Let's say the starting point is A, this is A, and the end is B. And had to cover a distance of 24 kilometers. So they need to cover this 24 kilometer. Let's say this point is C. So this person will start, the first car will start, will reach here, and this will also reach. Everyone will have to cover what? A distance of 24 kilometers. A policeman started on a motorcycle at the back of the convoy is as it started. Rode to the front of the convoy and returned to the back of the convoy just as the convoy ground to halt. Okay, what is the length of the convoy? 10. So convoy will halt at which point? Let's say this point is D, 10 kilometer. The moment they'll halt, this will become the end of the convoy and this will become the starting of the convoy, because everybody will have to travel a distance of how much? 24 kilometer. This is 14. Rode to the front of the convoy and returned to the back of the convoy just as the convoy ground to halt. Assume that convoy speed and the motorcyclist speed were constant. Find the total distance the motorcyclist rode. So let's try to find out the time taken by them. This is 10, this is 24. Let's say speed of the convoy is x kilometers per hour. And the speed of motorcyclist is y kilometers per hour. So obviously, policeman, what he'll do? Policeman started on a motorcycle at the back of the convoy as it started, rode to the front of the convoy and returned to the back of the convoy just as the convoy ground to halt. By what time they'll meet each other? We need to find that. What's the total time taken by convoy to cover this 24 kilometers? The speed of convoy is x kilometers per hour, then the total time taken will become 24 by x. And the same time, the policeman will start on a motorcycle. He'll start from the end of the convoy. He'll go till what? Start of the convoy. Then again he'll come back. That means he'll cover 10 kilometer. And in this case, convoy and policeman both are moving in the same direction. So their relative speed would be y minus x. And while coming back from the start of the convoy till what? The end of the convoy. Again policeman will cover these 10 kilometers together with convoy. At that time the relative speed will become y plus x. So this is the total time taken by policeman to come from what? End of the convoy to start of the convoy and again back to the end of the convoy. And the same time convoy will cover 24 kilometers. So we can equate these two one. So this will give you how much? Denominator will become y square minus x square. Numerator, this is 10y plus 10x plus 10y minus 10x. So ultimately I'll be left with 20y. This is equal to 24x. This is 4 into 5 and this is 4 into 6. So finally what I'll get? 6y square minus 6x square is equal to 5xy. Or this can also be written as 6y square minus 5xy minus 6x square is equal to 0. So it's a quadratic equation, but before that what I'll do, I'll divide the whole equation by x square. So it becomes 6y square by x square minus 5y by x minus 6 is equal to 0. I'll put y by x is equal to k here. So my new equation will become 6k square minus 5k minus 6 is equal to 0. So how do we factorize it? Becomes 6k square plus 4k minus 9k minus 6 is equal to 0. What is common here? 2k. So inside the bracket I'll be left with 3k plus 2. And what is common here? Minus 3. So I'm left with 3k plus 2. So I'll get two values of k. One is negative, so I'll take the positive one, that is equal to 3 by 2. And what was k? It was y by x. So the ratio of their speeds will become 3 by 2. That means by the time convoy will cover 2 kilometers, policeman will cover 3 kilometers. And actually convoy will cover 24 kilometers. So if you want to make it 24, we'll multiply it by 12. So numerator should also be multiplied by 12. So this would be the ratio of the distances traveled by policeman and convoy. This is 24 and this is 36. So the answer becomes second option. Let's move on to the next one. What's the next question? John made an upstream journey of 30 kilometers in a certain time. That time is not given. If his speed in still water had been 2 kilometers per hour less, the speed of steam had been 2 kilometers per more, he would have taken 10 hours more for the journey. So how do we write it? 10 by, let's say speed of boat is u and water is v. So this is an upstream journey. This should be equal to how much? Time t. The speed in still water had been 2 kilometers per hour less. So I'll write u minus 2 and water will become v plus 2. Then he would have taken 10 or more. So I should write t plus 10 here. After solving this, I'll get 30 by u minus v minus 4 is equal to t plus 10. And this is 30 by u minus v is equal to t. So I'm looking for what? The upstream speed. Upstream speed means u minus v. Let's replace this u minus v by x. So this equation will become 30 by x is equal to t, and this will become 30 by x minus 4 is equal to t plus 10. So t is how much? 30 by x. I'll put it here. So this becomes 30 by x minus 4 is equal to value of t is 30 by x plus 10. So when you cross multiply it, it becomes 30 by x minus 4 is equal to 30 plus 10x by x. You will get 30x here is equal to 30x plus 10x square minus 120 minus 40x. This 30x will be cancelled out. Finally, you will be left with what? X square minus 12 minus 4x is equal to 0. Or this can also be written as x square minus 4x minus 12 is equal to 0. So 4x can be written as 2x minus 6x minus 12. I'll get two values of x from here. One would be negative, that is minus 2. And the other one is 6. So the value of x is 6. So upstream speed becomes 6 kilometers per hour. That is the first option. Let's move on to the next one. Holmes completed downstream journey in 4 hours. If the speed of his boat in still water is double and stream is triple, then which of the following could be the time he could have taken for the same journey? Let's say speeds are u and v. So downstream journey, if the distance is t, I should write d by u plus v. This is given equal to 4. If the speed of his boat in still water is double, that means you're going to make it 2u. And stream will become triple, that means 3v. Then what will be the time taken? Which of the following could be the time he could have taken for the same journey? That means you're not looking for the exact answer. You are looking for what? Possibilities here. Now look at this one. D by u plus v is 4. If I double both numerator and denominator, then it should become d by 2u plus 2v. So the answer should also become what? 4 by 2. That means 2. But actually I have not doubled, I have tripled one of the values. Denominator will increase here, that's why the answer should be less than 2. How many options are less than 2? The first one and fourth one. There are two possibilities. So either my answer is first option or fourth option. Instead of doubling the numerator, if I triple both u and v, it will become 3u plus 3v. And the answer should become what? 4 by 3. But I have not tripled this u, I have doubled it. So actually I have decreased the denominator. So answer should be what? More than 4 by 3. The answer should be more than 4 by 3. What is 4 by 3? It's 1 hour 20 minutes. So I know that my answer should be less than 2 hours but more than 1 hour 20 minutes. So the correct answer becomes what? Fourth option. What could be the time? It's 1 hour 40 minutes. Let's go on to the next one. Calvin's dad took him for boating in a river upstream. This is the river. After rowing for 1 mile, so I'll take it equal to 1 mile. Let's say this point is A, this one is B, this one is C. Calvin saw his dad's hat fell into the river. is the point where the hat will fall. He told his father about the hat after 5 minutes. So maybe these 5 minutes they'll cover the distance equal to BC. At this point, his father will realize about the hat, that the hat is fallen off. Now he'll take a U-turn and try to catch the hat back. Now it's given that they turned around immediately and picked the hat in 5 minutes. In the process, they ended up at the starting point. That means they'll get the hat back at what? This point. So the hat was fallen after 5 more minutes. He realized that, and then he took 5 more minutes. That means effectively they got their hat back after how many minutes? 10 minutes. So the hat must have covered this much distance in 10 minutes. This is how much? 1 mile. The hat will flow with the speed of water. That means downstream. So hat will cover this 1 mile in how many minutes? 10 minutes. Minutes when converted in terms of hour will become 10 by 60. So effectively what you will get? 6 here. The speed of hat is 6 miles per hour. That's why the speed of river is also what? 6 miles per hour. So the answer is second option. Thank you.